This is 1 month for one product.
Yes.
You are actually crushing it now.
One sentence from Jacob can change your life.
Combined, we had 320 and then another 220. It's like 540.
Yeah, in 3 months. I can't sleep because I think about it. The real reason I'm at this, I don't know if you're going to reveal that in the video, but
Bro, do you hit a 20K day?
yeah, off one store. It is absolutely insane. Like, I don't even know what to say. You know, Jacob used to tell me, he said, one day you're going to have 3-4 stores and you're going to pull 20K a day. That's how it's going to happen. And I'm like, okay, I need 3 or 4 stores to do this. And then my store started dying and I had one store start picking up afterwards. It's always been a smooth transition. Oh, 20K.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, a lot of things changed since we last talked over here.
Yeah.
On the channel. So let's go into like a quick rundown what changed since the last interview.
Last time I didn't even show everyone my other store, so today I'll actually basically show exactly what's going on in all of my stores from the beginning. We'll start with the smaller numbers from the beginning. This is basically one of the stores that I didn't talk about in my other video with you. To me, that was my first ever store, so still quite the success, but compared to what's happened, it's nothing much. So this is over the quarter, or a little bit more than the quarter. This is my second store. The last time we were sitting at, I believe, just about 150 or 180. So if we look at the same time from last time, we were at I think 150, or if you want to pull it up on the video, whatever it was, I don't remember, because now it's a completely different number. And it's only been I think a month since I called you. So
yeah.
So this
absolutely crazy. And it's in 1 month you made an additional 120K or so on this store alone. So overall, with the 2 stores we went through right now, we're already sitting at 320 something K.
Right, exactly. And we're not even done. All right. So we got one more. So this one is the one that hit 20K in one day. And
this is 1 day,
22.
just for people watching right now. It's not the full month. This is yesterday.
So for everyone watching, we're gonna go ahead and hit a refresh so everyone knows. And so this is on almost 22K day. If it loads, this is almost a 22K day. And that's such a fat number. The screen's having a problem loading it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So let's select the time frame here as well.
Yeah, so this one only started on the 23rd of November. And so it's been exactly just shy over a month. And if you take a look, it's almost the same results as the other store.
This is 1 month for one product.
Yes.
And how much is profit here?
Approximately, we're slightly over 100 now in US. Yeah. Probably 105, 110.
You are actually crushing it now.
Absolutely crushing it, right? And the thing is, it's all just, I guess, finding the right product and putting in the right amount of work.
100%. So combined, we had 320 and then another 220. It's 540.
And these are US dollars, not Canadian. I'm in Canada, but these are US dollars. And
how much, if you would estimate everything combined over the last 3 months, how much profit did you actually do?
I know the Canadian value. I calculated it last night for you. So 230 US. So we're almost at the 50% margin mark, right?
So 234 thousand US dollars in 3 months.
Yeah, in 3 months.
So how do you feel, man?
It's life changing, absolutely. Yes, and for those that don't know, Michael was always teasing me about my ways of spending and how I'm super just basically stingy and everything. This is the first article of clothing I've ever purchased. You guys know this since I made all that money. It's been the first piece. It's $45. That's it. I don't really spend money like that.
First of all, congrats! Huge achievement. In terms of the things you actually did, what did you do different in the last month and what changed?
It was honestly the incorporation of a new product. And then after the launch, it was just realizing that I'm the only one that can do this product. And like I won't reveal too much of it, but like basically I was able to gatekeep the product with my supplier by becoming really good friends. And what helps is if you are a native speaker with their language, you end up developing a nice friendship connection if you're a charismatic and personable person. And then so these are good relations to have because they are able to maybe provide you products later down the road that not a lot of people have access to, and you can ask them for advice or like help you find supply, right? And then so some of these suppliers, they might be selling something completely random. You would be surprised. You can ask them for like a random thing that you just saw, and they might be able to pull it up for you. And so that's happened before. But in another case, this one is just like I've had previous experience. I did this product in a different version of Facebook ads, like in 2020. And then so if you have Facebook ad experience, also consider bringing some of those products over because that's definitely like if it's a proven concept, it's a proven concept. They'll likely work on organic if it fits the criteria, right? There's a lot of times where products just haven't been brought over yet, and that's one of them. That's what changed.
100%. 100%. Let's maybe also get a little bit into switching from organic only to doing some small paid ads things for the product as well. You obviously started like for the main product, also started Facebook ads. Let's break down the numbers and how much you spent, how much you made from that roundabout, and also how that went.
For the second product that I showed earlier, that was at the 260 or 250 mark. That one I tried to run ads, but it's a copyrighted product, so you're gonna have problems like that. And I'm pretty sure you or someone else told me it's like it's probably better off not even to ruin your ad account because nowadays
Yeah.
ad accounts are like you got to cherish them because they're expensive sometimes. So you have to be careful not to get yourself blocked. I'm using a VPS system that you've set me up with, so that allowed me to continue advertising, right? And then with our current brand that I'm doing, it's barely even running with that much budget right now. I'm probably capped at a couple hundred a day and just rising it very slowly. I learned that it's important to be patient with it because if you like duplicate and scale too fast, you can like de-optimize it, right? And then so I'm going to ask you in a bit on what my actions should be, but I'm about to start duplicating things and scaling up. We're spending about, I'd like to say like 600, less than 600 US a day on ads. So with the amount of like money that you're seeing on the screen over there for the 22 in one day, that's honestly mostly organic. And you probably have like a contributor of like 2 grand, maybe pushing it at 3. I'm pretty sure around 2.5 of just from ads. The rest is all organic.
So additionally onto the organic stuff, just for people to understand, we started to promote the same product on Facebook. And obviously it's pretty simple to bring it over if you already have good creatives. You just have to have like a proper setup so you don't get blocked and you do things right in that regard. And then you just bring it over, and it's not that difficult to become super profitable because you already have extremely good creatives. And what we saw with you is literally from day one of you running this product, it's instantly was like 4 or 5 ROAS or so. So this is something which is a little bit of a more advanced strategy, and this is also what we focus on in the more advanced program, which you're in now. So yeah, like how has that been for you as well?
Advanced program has been absolutely insane. I think that the last 2 weeks I haven't been calling Jacob much because I've just like had so much on my plate. But it's because he gave me so much on my plate, right? Like he gave me all these ideas that just ended up branching one off of another. The real reason I'm at this 22K is because of Jacob, bro. Jacob dropped the most saucy video idea in the fucking world, and I added my own spice to it, and it was like, boom, it just blew up like 10 million views in like 2 days. I was like, this is insane. And like that's what really got me here, I think, because I don't think I would have thought of that idea. Like I did this product for a while now, and this was like one of those ideas that I'm like, damn, how did I not think of that? But like Jacob literally just like pulled it out of his head. Like this guy's like he's got like hacks. He's seen everything.
It's insane. It's actually insane. He's a cheat, by the way. Like if you have him, it's actually a cheat code because
No,
he just tells
definitely.
you, all right, do this, and if you do it properly, you just win. Maybe let's also talk about the AOV stuff. Like how did that help?
Okay, that was you. So you definitely take all the credit on AOV because you told me initially because I was like, okay, I come to you. I've already applied AOV from how you previously taught me. I'm like, what can I do here? And you spotted an opportunity to basically do a bundling system. And I thought about that before, but I was on the fence about it. But all it takes is someone like you to tell me exactly what to do, right? And then so I listened and I created these bundles. I have three different bundles. Basically, one is the basic, two is like, you're pushing it to like you might as well get this because the price of the first one is pretty close. And
Mm.
then the third one is like Omega, like yeah, full on like drop this on your loved one for Christmas. They'll love it. And then so because it's Q4, people are actually buying the last bundle a lot. And that
Mm.
makes me like an extra 20 AOV. The AOVs went from like I think when I first called you from like 175, 180. You want to see what it is right now?
Let's
I'll
go.
read it to you. I'll read it to you. The AOV jumped from like 170, 180 all the way to about 250 for past few days. It's been like no 230-ish.
Yeah. So
230.
that's like how much? Like 30, 50, $60 extra.
Yeah, that I'm so glad that I'm making because if it wasn't for because I had my viral recent, right? And then so if you didn't implement that earlier for me, then I would have missed out on a 50 times whatever amount of orders I got,
Yeah.
right? So
And this is something which is ridiculous to me because so many organic guys are just doing it wrong. If you are not upselling the right way, every single sale you have, you lose money. Not only organic, Facebook, obviously, but the Facebook people actually understand it because they're on tight margins already and they have to make it work with AOV. With organic, it's just so much more chill. And people feel like, yeah, my profit margin is already 50%, bro. You're still losing money. Doesn't matter. So yeah, good that you implemented that as well. I think it's just like having an eye for it. The same thing as Jacob has for content. I see that with the AOV things exactly the same way. Like it's very obvious that there is something missing if your AOV is around the same as what you're selling on. And there's always chances to just get more out of your customers. Did you start changing that as well on all the stores or only on this one?
only on this one, just because the for the other ones, it doesn't really apply as much because there's only one item that I upsell. I totally could, I guess, but it would be irrelevant kind of, and it'd be kind of weird. So I guess it's also in my thought process important to like incorporate things that are relevant to the product, right? Not too far stretched.
Well, yes and no. Like it definitely has to be relevant, but there are a couple of things which you can implement everywhere, which we need to do if you didn't do it yet on those products. Because next, like if we do the next case study, which is going to be a milli,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
talk about that again. So
And then,
yeah.
oh, that's actually crazy because and now that I've done organic, and if you add my numbers from like on Stripe, my all-time like just every revenue I incurred, it's been a milli. So my
Really?
first ever, yeah. So
Wow.
because of the fact that if you count my Facebook ads from years ago, but
Sure.
I don't like to, but unofficial milli.
Well, 500K in 3 months sounds cooler though. So let's
Yeah, that is
let's
true.
leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll keep it at that.
Yeah, yeah. What for you were the biggest learnings over the last month?
It's quite literally like work ethic that pushes everything because
Mhm.
I eat, sleep, and breathe drop shipping. I think a lot of people misconcept that like this is one easy side hustle that you just end up in, but in reality, it's your main hustle that you end up addicted to. And if you're not like fully, I don't know, like literally indulged in it, you're not going to find success as easy as the people like me who do, just because I can't sleep because I think about it. And so if I can't sleep, I'm dreaming about it. And if I'm dreaming about it, I get ideas in my sleep. It's like, it sounds crazy, but like I'm quite literally waking up at 3 a.m. Sometimes I think like, oh, I could do this way. I'm like, okay, all right, go back to sleep, turn the brain off. And so, and then some people like they see it as a chore. And that's the problem because they don't find success, right? Ever since the beginning, I've always saw this as such a gold rush and an opportunity to just change my life. And so it's always just been on my mind. I don't know how it is for other people, how they don't like end up thinking about it the way I do. But like that's just something that's always been like for me, I'm always constantly like hooked on it.
Do I remember it correctly that the last time we talked, you're studying right now, right?
Yeah, I'm still in school.
So what's the plan with that?
I got one more semester, and I'm currently on my Christmas break. I go to University of British Columbia, and I'm in business school. I'll say the same thing over again. It's like it doesn't help with what I'm doing right now, that's for sure. Jacob
Yeah.
was like telling me, I think I told the story last time, but like Jacob was saying, oh, you're gonna like get to a point where you're gonna want to drop out of school. I'm like, that's probably like unrealistic. I don't think that's gonna ever happen. Here I am, like fucking like, God, like get me out of this place.
So why you're still there?
Because of parents. It's very just on the parent side of things. My parent, I'm Asian, Chinese. My parents are Asian, and it's one of their requirements that I just finish school regardless. I talked to like another like kind of like a more experienced person in my life too, and they gave me the advice to if I needed to get out, he was able to try and convince my father for me. But at the same time, he says from a father perspective, I could see his views because he's also Asian, and then we all share the same like finish school thing. And so I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad because at the end of the day, my boys are carrying me the fuck through school, and I teach them dropshipping, and it's an amazing exchange, right? So it's like I don't even put in that much work, and it's like I might as well just continue and finish it.
Well, I get it. I get it. Like the only thing which you just need to keep in mind is the opportunity cost, right? Like the only actual thing which I would see as the real issue is that the time you're spending on school, you also could have spent on dropshipping, and that would make you way more money.
And to be
Um,
honest, it's just the last 2 weeks, and I study and cram. That's it, and I fucking pass. Yeah.
yeah, if you really think this is the right move, sure. And if it's one semester, whatever. I think the person who made the most amount of money, who still, I think now he's done, but he kept doing university, is Blasi, and he made 7 million. Like
Right. I talked to Blaji.
yeah, he kept doing it until the end, and it was like over. He was at 5 million. And I remember talking to him, and he was like, "I mean, yeah, I'm just going to
No, what he's
classes
at now?
still."
He's at 7 million.
I know. But I think he's done now with the university, but whatever. So obviously you can make it work. Obviously, seeing those insane numbers now, how is your perspective to money? Do you like you said you're not buying anything yet, but how do you see money right now?
My girlfriend and I, it's like the most comfortable experience when you have money is to be able to just hit any spot that you want and not think about it. Go to anywhere and maybe make a purchase and not think about it. And I think you talked about that a little bit too before in one of your case studies. And I watched that and I was like, I'm trying to be like that. And then so I'm trying to wire my mind a little bit into that state now, and obviously still have the control of not like overgoing the spend because some people they'll make the money and then they'll blow it all. And so that's the exact thing I'm trying not to do because I've done that before, right?
So I would also say like traveling that is probably the first thing which you actually should be doing and like going wherever the fuck you want without having to think about it. The second thing is going to be buying big gifts to your family. I think that
Oh,
should
and
be
that I actually did. That I actually
okay.
did. Not entirely big, but about $1,000. And normally I would spend like 100, 200 on like I don't know 4 people max, right? Like
Yeah.
this year, like I went really into it because I just love like fucking handing things. Like
Mhm.
it's a good feeling to me.
Yeah. Set yourself a percentage of what you're making in actual profit after taxes and see that as gifting money. Like make an actual effort on taking money and
What's
thinking
yours?
where and who you can gift. Like it depends. I don't have a percentage, but I would estimate anywhere between 5 and 15K a month. I'm always giving to someone.
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah. But it depends. Sometimes time, sometimes nothing. You know, like I don't like just to get into the routine. I would say in the beginning, you should just set a percentage and think how you can gift things because yeah, like it should be the most normal thing. Whenever you hear a wish, somebody just says like 2 days ago, my mom was like, "Fuck, my coffee machine is so like it's not working." Literally the same day, I went to the shop, bought like a 2K super nice coffee machine right away, got it there, and she was so shocked because it happened so fast. Like those moments help them see how real the money is. And you're going to see how their perspective to everything changes so much after you just give them the thing they just wished for like an hour ago or so. So if whenever you catch somebody just ask something, just instantly buy. Don't
That
even think
sounds
about
good.
it.
I'll do that.
Did you talk to them about the super high numbers now? Because I remember last time you said they're liking it, but they still are in doubt
Yes.
because of last time where you lost money.
Okay. My mom is like, wow, like you're crazy. My dad, he knows about it now, but like I said last time, it's just another Asian parent. He's like, "Good job. Make sure you finish school, though. Don't let it bug you through school." You know what he said? You know what he said? He said, "I think it's a little too early for you to be so focused on financial. You should really think about finishing school first because that's a priority right now in life, and that you need to get that done before you start distracting yourself with money. All right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dad. You know, like, Dad, I like made this much. He's like, he gives me the whole talk. Like, okay,
Damn, that's crazy. Like
never
no,
kind of satisfied.
yeah, yeah, I didn't have it that bad. They got it when I showed them the numbers. They were like, "All right, like I don't understand what you're doing, but I guess it works. I trust you," you know. But obviously, like, I'm sure if you say that like the mentality is just so like so wired that 100,000%, no matter what the right thing to do is finish school, it's obviously a different problem.
Yeah, definitely different problem. It's a culture problem, actually.
Now with the money you have, what's the next purchase you want to do?
Okay, so I talked about it last time, and I'm already like halfway in. I've like put the deposit in for doing a huge turbo kit on my car. I'm gonna push it to like stupid horsepower. It's gonna go from like 300 to like 600, so like Lamborghini horsepowers. And then I was like, my friends were like, "Yo, you should buy like a GTR." Like, I'm like, a GTR for the people who don't know is like a Nissan, like super fucking nice, and it's like the Lamborghinis of Nissan. I'm just like, that's too much of my money. I don't want to, even though it's like maybe I can get it imported for about, I don't know, like maybe less than a quarter of what I have, or way less than a quarter, 1/5 of what I have. But it's still like discomforting to me to drop such a huge chunk on something that I feel like won't actually produce that much value. So I'm always
How
about
much
like
is it exactly?
if I import it, it's about like 55,000 CAD. And that's like
That's like
probably like
that's like
5 days, but
30K.
like, yeah. But like it's like it's my thinking process. I'm always like, I will buy things if it will bring me utility and resource. I won't spend on things that are just gonna sit or like not actually produce that much value in my life other than short term like dopamine excitement. And I try to like think of things like that because for some of the products that I'm doing, I was able to invest in things that I really like and is an excuse to buy things that I really like that I've always wanted. At the same time, there's crazy returns and it enables me to make so much more. Those are the purchases I like splurging on. Everything else, I'm kind of like, like I need to calm myself down and just realize that I can lose it all really quick. So I try to like, maintain it.
Yeah, but like I get it, but you shouldn't be that annoying about it. Like you shouldn't be that stingy because okay, if I would be you, and you should do this, is you should also next to the percentage of money you should gift, you should also have a percentage of money which you spend. You have to spend, no matter you
Okay.
must spend it.
I like
So
that.
10%, at least 10% must spend. It's not too much,
Okay. I like
right?
that.
So we're at 10K
I
a
never
month.
thought
That's
of
okay.
that rule. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't even know how much I'm spending, like, because it's so little. I don't keep track of it. It's like,
Yeah, no, try, like think of ways in the beginning to just start spending money because you should be getting into the habit. Don't go crazy. Don't go over 20%, but do 10% is more than fine. You're going to be like, you're going to be spending more than you do now. And if you buy something for more than that, that's okay. But just keep in mind that you're in that range, anywhere between 10 and 20%, and you don't exceed that. And if you, for example, buy a car for like 50, 30K USD it was, I think. That's not bad. It's not like that's okay. You just spend a little bit less next month or last month you didn't spend any money, so you can catch up now. So
don't get
I
any
mean,
ideas.
bro, just
You're gonna
get the
see that
car.
post in the story, like, this is what Michael did to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. You should be getting the car. It's 30K. I think I thought it's gonna be like crazy, like 200K or something, but like it's
I
30.
mean,
It's fine.
it just trickles down that path because once you get that thing, you mod it out, and the mods come with the money and stuff, and it's
Yeah,
slippery slope.
true, true.
Yeah.
Did you face any challenges over the last like month?
I would say the most like annoying part is to getting a Facebook ads account up and moving over. Now, some people won't have this problem, right? Because they don't have a shitload of bands like me from before, but you were able to help me with that, and that was like the number one biggest thing I overcame.
Yeah.
Because back then I was like, "There's no way I can get over this. I'm done. Dropshipping's done. Like, I can't advertise anymore." And then, yeah, you had a really helpful group of agency people that I'm in touch with now, and they're
Yeah.
really good.
How was this process? Because like it's annoying, but it works. So let's get a little bit deeper into it. How long did it actually take you?
To be honest, I'm just being very picky. It didn't take that long. Maybe less than like 3, 4, 5 days. Oh, actually no. You'd have to actually allocate a week if you're in my position because I had to warm the accounts up. Right? There's something called
Yeah.
warm up. I don't know if you can reveal that in the video, but basically your account needs to be reputed a little bit before you start. Otherwise, you can get a really high likelihood of getting blocked,
Mhm.
and that takes about a week. And then afterwards, you set sail and you're still below this ceiling limit that they set on you on your budget per day. I'm still under that until I went to your agency provider and that guy gave me an account which instantly like 1,500 a day start. And I'm assuming if I keep pushing it'll just let me spend more and more, right?
Yeah.
So
So wait. Why are you only spending 600 then?
I'm about to actually go over that with you. I'm saving that talk with you and how to optimize correctly because I'm not going to duplicate ad sets that I'm not sure about. And I just rather have you go over it with me.
Makes
It's
sense.
a big step because I'm about to like double, triple the numbers, right?
Yeah. Are you tracking properly? Like, do you have separate landing pages and stuff for everything?
Everything's being tracked correctly now. That there's the I found out that the pixels are working really well and
No, but do you have
here's
separate tracking like landing pages on the
okay.
website?
So I made them, but I haven't implemented them yet, just because I realized like if I thought we didn't want to do that if the pixels worked.
Are you sure that it's working?
Yes, I've tested it already. It works.
How do you know?
Well, it's not duplicating like before, and
No, but it's not. It's most likely under tracking though. Like Facebook usually under tracks. Like it's not tracking all the sales.
okay. So here's my question for you. Your intention of creating an extra product page is to also cover any sales that end up coming back from other platforms that originally were from Facebook, correct?
Correct.
And so, how do you track this? Because let's say I have my organic page, then would the organic be the one that is on the home page, or which product is where? You know?
Okay. So just for people to also understand what I'm saying, like the context here is whenever you have two channels of sales, for example, in this case, Facebook and TikTok organic, what I recommend is having separate landing pages. So you just duplicate your product page on the store two times, like one time, and then you have one for the organic one and one other landing page, which you just name a little bit different on the other one on Facebook. And then you basically can detect very easy how many sales came from which platform. Okay. So that's generally the thing here. Now, if people are going to be coming back from just like Googling it, that should be a separate thing. But the homepage should ideally be the same one as the organics. Like the organic guys are like that should be that. If somebody from Facebook ends up buying through search, that's not going to track it perfectly. But in a lot of the cases, they just save the ad, they save the post, or they save the link, and then they just come back to that link and not to the store.
Right. It's true. And then when they save it and come back, does it not track it?
It depends. That's the thing. Like in some cases, no.
Oh,
They
okay.
just
I
save
see
the.
what you
In
mean.
a lot of the cases, they save the link.
Okay, so in that case, I have to risk the. I'm not really risking much, but like I'm basically in a sec. I'll duplicate my ad sets with you, and then we'll change the link because I have the
Yeah,
link ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Any questions besides that to me?
What's the best affiliate code app for influencers? Because we talked about onboarding influencers, right?
Yeah, social snowball.
You just know everything. Okay.
Install it generally. Install it generally to your store, because what
Okay.
happens is after people buy, you give every buyer a code, and they just start referring people.
That's how it works. So yeah, it's nothing to do with an influencer thing. Can you manually generate a code?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's just get a little bit deeper also into the advanced program. What changed since then, and also like how did that help?
For me, it's just the extra 15 minutes with Jacob initially doesn't feel like much when you think of the concept. And I failed to remember that these 15 minutes with Jacob, when combined, only become more valuable. And I didn't realize that until I actually had these calls with him because there's so many moments where like we went to the end and I was like, oh shit, dude, like I covered a lot more than what I normally would have, and I was able to talk about certain things that I can't talk about because there isn't enough time to talk about them.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So Jacob's time is very valuable to me, and being able to speak with him with just freely about ideas and stuff. There are moments where one thing can lead to another during a conversation, and just, hey, why don't you do this? And like I said earlier, like one of those alone just like made me another 50 to 100K, like just like that. So like one sentence from Jacob can change your life.
100%. 100%. For people watching this like outside of the program, what's the main thing you would overall recommend to them?
Probably getting a mentorship so that you can skip the bullshit. Because if you just literally listen to, like I keep calling it professional advice, it's genuinely professional when someone's making more than you. That's the way I see it. So you listen to someone who's making more money than you, they're likely probably didn't get lucky because they're a group of people who actually know shit. You should
Yeah.
just listen, because I feel like at the beginning, some of the friends I was teaching, they had their own thought process, and they were like, why don't we do this instead? I was being very going with the flow with them. I wasn't contrasting them and arguing them, because I guess they're my friends. It's really hard for me
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
say no if they have like an idea they're passionate about.
Yeah.
So if you literally just come to a professional, you're kind of forced to just like, all right, I'll listen to you. Because if you don't, like, get out.
Mhm. Yeah. It's actually a very good point. Like this whole friends thing, sometimes you just conflict two things which are not connected at all. Because you know somebody is a super cool guy, super nice, everybody loves him, he's good at soccer, whatever. He's good at things. And then he just comes to you with an idea which is completely retarded and complete bullshit when it comes to dropshipping. But you're like, yeah, I mean, I respect this guy. He knows his shit. Let me just do it. But it doesn't connect at all. You need to only listen to people who already did the thing which you want to do. That's it. Nobody else. I saw that a lot in the beginning as well with friends, where like they tell me, yeah, this product is super cool. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about it. And they're like, no, no, no. I look at the shit. It's amazing. And then I'm like, okay, I mean, sure, let's test it. And then in the beginning, that's how I reacted to them. But then I noticed that with the student, like with the programs, it was very different. Like when I started having this program, I realized, no, these people, you guys have no clue what the fuck you're doing. We need to just push our narrative. We
That's
know the shit.
exactly what I do, and it's actually, I realize it's so harmful for your own friends. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a deal with you. You obviously haven't made much progress. I think it's really important that you put your foot down sometimes and literally just be straight up blunt and be like, your product is shit. I get it. Whatever you're saying, it just doesn't. It's not gonna add up in the criteria that I have.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so just being more blunt, so much more helpful to your friends. Don't let your friends' success get ruined because of like your kindness, right? Because that's directly harming them. So it's better to be more upfront about it with your friends.
100%. And this is exactly what we do in the program. All of us, it's very, very important to us. And like I also only hire people who can just tell you what's bad about things. It's the most important thing to me ever. So yeah, for people watching right now, if you're interested in joining, click the link below. I will talk to you very soon. At this point, there's literally no reason to not join. There's no reason at all. Like honestly, if you're doing organic, if you're doing drop shipping overall, every day you're not in, you're losing money. It's just a fact. You don't know what you don't know. You're trying, it doesn't work, or you're not trying because you're just doing things by yourself. Right now, click the link below, and we'll see you soon.